Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Star Cub Review. I'm your host, as always, Star Cub. This is my second video for tonight. The first one being a talk about Lies of P, which is absolutely extraordinary, absolutely hands down a masterpiece of Souls-like ingenuity. But tonight's one, the second video, is going to be on what I really hope Square Enix do in the future and needs to happen. Square Enix, if you're paying attention to this video, we need a remaster of Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. Like, we need a remaster, very much in the same vein of Crisis Core. I would love to see Dirge of Cerberus with a remaster. Now, I know it was very polarizing opinions on Dirge of Cerberus since its release all those years ago. Some people loved it, some people didn't. For anyone that is unaware, it came out in 2006. Action role-playing third-person shooter, very different in the franchise altogether. It's part of the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, and it focuses on the main character, Vincent Valentine, who was one of the most popular characters in the original Final Fantasy VII. And it focuses on Vincent and him being a target for Deepground, a mysterious organization that plans to awaken a creature known as Omega and destroy the planet. Now, I know it has very polarizing opinions, and some people love it, some people hate it, but it was very diverse. I absolutely loved it, and I think it deserves a remaster because why not? I mean, it's fantastic on the PS2. I've just recently bought it for my collection again after so many years, and I intend to do a playthrough of it again, probably 2 or 3 playthroughs, because I thought it was absolutely amazing. I mean, there was all different aspects of it back then. You know, it displayed your hit points and magic points through a HUD system. You could change out your barrels, you could change out your guns to suit, you know, have a scope, no scope. You could infuse magic into your weapons as well. It was a third-person perspective, very much in the same vein as Resident Evil 4. And you got a leveling up system. The story is great, and it's a very well put together story, and it really caps Final Fantasy VII off as one of the best in the series ever. And I think it's very worthy of a remaster. And you can implement new systems into it and really hone in on different aspects of leveling up your gun, but also your magic and hit points and everything else, and implement a better system that's already implemented in Dirge of Cerberus. But you could make it where Vincent has more than just using his gun. I mean, in the original Dirge of Cerberus, you could use magic, you could use your guns, shotguns, you name it. And you also had where you could melee combat the various enemies as well. But I reckon you could improve on that and really go all out and use a system very similar to Final Fantasy XVI in terms of when it comes to comboing. And you got Limit Break, which you can execute in this game as well, which gives it a really cool flair. The story is well thought out. The bosses are very thought out as well, and it just adds more lore to Final Fantasy VII in general, the whole overall arcing story. But I know there's a lot of people out there that wish this game never existed, and then I've come across people that absolutely love Dirge of Cerberus and you know, think it's one of the best things since sliced bread, being part of the compilation of Final Fantasy VII. And I know later on in the future, we've got, as a part of the Ever Crisis compilation, we've got a retelling of Dirge of Cerberus in episodes in that. So in a way, we are getting a remaster, but I want a true remaster in the same vein as Crisis Core on the PlayStation 5, but Dirge of Cerberus style. You could really improve the character models. You could do Wes and Vice and Nero and Rosso and all the rest of Deepground so well. You could implement all the graphics of Final Fantasy VII Remake into the Dirge of Cerberus remaster. I mean, what have you got to lose, Square Enix? I mean, it seems like you're giving a lot of love to the original Final Fantasy VII by the remakes, which I absolutely love. Don't get me wrong. And we got Crisis Core as an amazing remaster. Absolutely loved the Crisis Core remaster. But why can't we have a Dirge of Cerberus remaster? I mean, that would look absolutely amazing on today's consoles, especially the PlayStation 5. I mean, there's so much more you could do with, Vincent's guns, handguns, Cerberus, a rifle called Hydra, and a machine gun called Griffin. You could do so much more there. You could do a lot more with the sniper scopes. You could do more with the materia in general. Utilize magic with your guns and your really insane melee combos that Vincent could do, while utilizing limit breaks as well, in the same vein as Final Fantasy XVI. But keep it with the Final Fantasy VII flair. But also breathing new life into it and maybe expanding a little bit more in this game, but add stuff into it which leads into all the other Final Fantasy VII stories within that universe. And, we could see more background on Wes the Immaculate, Nero the Sable, the Deepground, more about Deepground, and Rosso the Crimson, Shulk the Transparent, and Azul the Cerulean. We could add so much more layers to them as the antagonists of this game, while also diving deeper into the Shinra in general. And like I said, I absolutely loved Final Fantasy VII, Dirge of Cerberus. It was very different, it was very unique, and in 2006, wrapping my head around that, there was an actual proper sequel to Final Fantasy VII, the original, which was Advent Children, and then you got one that's set in between after Final Fantasy VII, but also set before Advent Children, was Dirge of Cerberus, had its unique story, focused a lot on Vincent Valentine while trying to save Midgar, but also gave you, more about Kate Sith and Cloud and all of that, and involving them in it as well, while not just outright having Vincent as, it's all about Vincent. It's all about them cumulatively. It's all about them in general. But this one focused more on Vincent Valentine and gave us a lot more in-depth on Lucretia and what happened in Vincent's past to get him to where he is in the original Final Fantasy VII, which obviously leads us into Advent Children and Dirge of Cerberus. So there's a lot to unpack with, and I think, like I said, it really does deserve a full-blown remaster. There's so much you could do with it. Even the replayability, you could do a replay value, do a new game plus where you got all your materia, your weapons and stuff like that, but you have a hard mode which makes the enemies harder, but you get a lot more experience. You get other stuff in a new game plus that you wouldn't get in the normal run of the game. Very much in the vein of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, added stuff into it which makes it harder but more rewarding, and you can level up further, and you've got secret bosses in this and secret reports to collect and all that as well. I think Square Enix, you need to get onto it. I really want to see a Dirge of Cerberus remaster. Hands up to anybody that says, yes, I want a Dirge of Cerberus remaster. I congratulate you, because seriously, Dirge of Cerberus does not get enough love, and it's very, very worthy of it, in my opinion. Very, very worthy of it. And I think now is the time to do a remaster, which would coincide very well with the Dirge of Cerberus that's coming out on Ever Crisis later on next year at some point. But other than that, I really just needed to get this one. I really just need to get this off my chest, because Dirge of Cerberus has a very, very special place in my heart. I absolutely love anything Final Fantasy VII, so Dirge of Cerberus, in my opinion, really does deserve a remaster. It's one of those games that I hold really dear to my heart when it came out in 2006. And in 2023, 2024 and beyond, it still does to me. And I can't wait to jump on the PS2 again and play this again as if I was living 2006 again for the first time. And then I'll probably play it again, and then again, and then again, because I can't get enough of Dirge of Cerberus. It is a fantastic, fantastic game. Okay. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Everyone new and returning, I really, really love you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything. This is my second video down, and hopefully I'll get a third one out by tonight. If not, I will have some more out tomorrow before Christmas. Alright guys, have a great night. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell to keep up to date with all my latest. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Alright guys, peace!